I'm not foul today. We got the camera on and you're already insulting me, calling me foul. Does that mean I stink or I have a bad attitude?
A little of both.
Well, okay. I guess that's all right
A
then.
little of both.
Hello and welcome to the show, eh? I'm Mr. Nostalgia.
I'm
This
the
is my
wizard.
co-host, the wizard or or magician. That's
Whatever.
that's not
They're
nice.
both magical.
To me, you're the wizard. You'll always be the wizard,
Yeah.
the magical wizard.
You can probably hear me today.
Yes, because you don't have your microphone in your butt.
No, I had it hooked to my hat. What difference if it's right here?
The whole time
Or right
that
here.
we were going to our interview, it sounded like the ocean. So I wondered what was where you had your microphone.
If it was in my butt, it'd go.
That's awesome. Sweet. All right, well, let's get into it, eh? Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
You want to do rock,
No.
paper? How does that work?
Age before beauty.
Rock, paper, scissors. You want to do that? No? And folks, I won't do this while I'm talking because after I watched the video, that looked quite inappropriate. It's a good thing I had my hands above the table. I wouldn't want people to, think that I have glasses for a certain reason. And your glasses,
I got brand new glasses.
well, mine are used, but that's okay. All right. Well, so who's going first?
You. Age before beauty.
Okay. Well, first thing I want to talk about is good things for nostalgia news, the Nostalgia Dirt series news series, and I'm your host, Mr. Nostalgia, superstar. I'm not really a superstar. Anyway, so we had a cool visitor yesterday. Was a real blessing. Mr. Brad Weber, and he was the crew chief. I can't do this either, because that's all everybody hears. So if I do that, that's a problem. I don't know what to do with my hands anymore.
Sit on them. Don't do that.
Touch.
Don't start that again.
The editor edited that. The editor edited that out
I
last
know.
time when I was going touch. I hope Mom says something. Keep your hands off your little
He
brother.
took that out too.
Yeah, he did. You must think we would look childish.
I don't care.
All right. Anyway, Brad Weber. So we had Brad Weber in the house. And for those of you that don't know Brad, he was a crew chief on the 17A many years ago, back when Jim Adams drove it, the Mason City Speedway. And he came and had a visit with us, and it turned out to be a really cool blessing. We had some dialogue and enlightenment, and he kind of talked about some things from the outside looking in.
Told you how stupid you were.
Told me how stupid I was and how I needed to do things differently. And when I was little, so I was sitting in the corner in a little ball crying, and you all laughed at me.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Not really. I didn't really cry, but no. It was kind of great dialogue, actually.
Yeah.
Really.
It was enlightening. It's nice to have people come in and say, "Well, why do you do this way?"
But you know what? He did it in an interesting, caring manner.
Yeah.
And so we had a cool dialogue back and forth. And anyway, that's what we want. We talked about some of the good old days. We talked about some of the new things that the Wizard and I are going to be doing with the Nostalgia Dirt series, like television only on your iPhone. So it's
or Android.
Media-O-Vision, what we're going to start doing. So that's cool. We had and I'm not prepared, so I'm sorry, Mr. Midget bringing guy, but we had a little guy, we had a gentleman, and we're going to have a video, bring a little, what is that, like a TQ midget or something like that, winged midget, and we're going to be doing a video trying to sell that for him.
Looks like it's got a 250 Suzuki.
Suzuki.
Looks fun.
It's not a Hayabusa?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So you know motorcycles too? It
Well,
could
I
be a
know
Hayabusa.
a Hayabusa's 6-cylinder, and that looks like
I didn't count the spark
a
plug, Smarty.
1-cylinder. Well, you
Whatever,
can
dude.
tell a 6-cylinder's this wide,
Cylinders
and a
this wide on
1-cylinder's
a one
this
cylinder.
wide. Captain Obvious.
Touch.
No motorcycle.
Can't do anything about it now. Mom isn't around. So anyway, so we want to thank Brad Weber for coming and having a really cool dialogue, and he was a blessing and just left us feeling inspired and good. There's times when the wizard and I, we try things that don't have the effectiveness that we are hoping for, and it gets a little discouraging.
Do you want to go home and take a bath with a toaster?
Yeah, I'd kick it in the tub for you.
Yeah. Sure.
That'd hurt though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
See your skeleton.
I wonder if that happens like on a cartoon.
Oh yeah, haven't you ever seen Bugs Bunny Roadrunner where the guy gets electrocuted and you can just see his. Anyway, we're off topic. So something you don't know. This is something you always like. Hey, brother, there's something you don't know.
Imagine that.
But I had a great talk with a gentleman named Jim Kirkwood, and Jim runs the Rumble in the Valley, and we're talking about his. He does a once a year event. It's a huge event. It's welcome to all vintage race cars, and he works really hard at it. And we're going to be working with Jim and talking about what he has going on. And it was cool. That was an inspiring conversation for me as well, because Jim and I really look at the world of vintage racing in the same way. You know, he believes about bringing all the vintage racers together without the fights and some of the stupid rules and some of the just the bull crap that goes on with vintage racing. You know as well as I do, there's some people that feel like we're trying to be competitive against them in the world of nostalgia. When all we really want to do is just meet new people, keep racing history alive, honor our servicemen and women, show out Christ in our life, and also bring awareness to organ donation.
We just want to grow everybody.
Yeah. And Jim feels the same way, and he's really happy to be. He talked a little bit about the North versus South event coming up the end of this month, and going to send a flyer out. We're going to be handing those flyers out for the Rumble in the Valley, and just look forward to good things with Rumble in the Valley and Nostalgia Dirt Series and Jim Kirkwood. Had a great talk with Jamie Huff from the Eastern Iowa Vintage Racing Club, and he's interested in getting everybody together. And it's just really neat to kind of think outside the box and spread the love of nostalgia racing all over the United States. And that's what we're about.
That's right.
Jim kind of talked about some of his things that he faces, and he's facing that very thing with local clubs and thinking this is a competition and not wanting to support or get along or anything.
Can't
like
we
that.
just all get along?
Yeah. Evidently not.
Huh.
And it was kind of refreshing, I think, for both Jim and I to talk about we're facing the same things and the same trials, and it's really neat to have somebody in your corner that thinks the way you do. And so I just want to thank Jim personally, Jim Kirkwood personally, from the Rumble in the Valley, for sitting down and spending some time to talk to me. And he's very obviously from Australia, and so I really like how those guys, you know me, I really like how those guys talk and some of the things they say, and it's really cool. It's just a total blessing all the way around. So thank you again, Jim, and we look forward to getting the word out about the Rumble in the Valley. We look forward to getting the word out for Eastern Iowa Vintage. Keith Simmons is instrumental in telling me that, hey, we all need to work together to build this.
Is he in a band like Kiss?
That's Gene Simmons.
Oh,
yeah, he's the guy with the really long tongue.
Yeah.
Not Keith. I don't know about Keith's tongue. I don't look at it, but
wears those big platform shoes.
Keith does?
I don't
How
know.
does he drive his race car?
I don't know.
I don't think
I'm
he does.
asking
Maybe
you.
that's why he doesn't drive the race car. Because you know who's going to be in the race car for the North versus South in Keith Simmons' car?
Who's that?
Mr. Ray Gus Jr.
Wow.
Yes, he's going to be the ringer for us Northerners here,
Wow.
and he's going to take it to the South, and him and Mr. Simmons are going to show them, what for a little bit.
Huh.
Kind of, maybe lay some smack down, maybe a little shake and bake.
Wow.
The Magic Man. Now you see me, now you don't.
Wow.
That kind of thing.
He does have a rocket ship.
Talons like a fighting chicken. That's part of the Ricky Bobby show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Talladega Nights is what it is.
Mhm.
But anyway, a little off topic.
So
that's some exciting news, Mr. Keith Simmons. Another gentleman that's going down with a full-bodied stock car and a late model to the North versus South Vintage Racer Reunion at the Lakeview Speedway in Nichols, South Carolina, is Mr. Bill Cota. And he's bringing some money along to throw out to the drivers to help defer some costs. And he's going to throw a little bit of smack down too as well.
cool.
So he's got a hot rod with some thunder under the hood. Sent me a picture of his car. Pretty sweet looking. I had a couple great conversations with Bill. And that's just the neat thing about, oh, there I go again, doing that. That's just the neat thing. At least I ain't doing this.
Yeah. I really appreciate guys like that step up, that can do that can spread the love to help some of these people out that are coming from long distances that don't really have the funds to do stuff like that. To just help out people. I really appreciate people like that.
Well, next year people will be able to watch me and the Wizard travel around, do some racing and chronicle and meet new people and just really open up the world of nostalgia racing.
That's right.
You bet. So what do you got, Wizard? That's kind of my my news from the Nostalgia Dirt Series news desk.
Well, we're making progress on the shop, getting a wall moved, and somebody get some of the stuff out of the way.
Elf, if you'd move all the crap out of the way, we could proceed with getting the shop moved.
Oh, yeah. She told you.
Well, I guess
move
she
your
did.
crap.
Move your crap.
Then I could move the wall.
Move your crap, bitch.
Oh, hey, now.
If she said that.
There's probably children watching.
A bitch is a female dog.
Well.
It says it in the Bible.
All right, then.
So, it says ass, too. Just saying.
Yeah.
Tell the people your news. They want to hear your news.
Well, if you'd quit interrupting me and saying bad words.
Yes, sir, they're not bad words. They're not bad words.
We haven't made much progress on the Leonard Johnson car, the organ donor car, but hoping next week we can jump back into that and start making some good progress. We'll be filming a lot of that. So we'll be getting that moved down the road. As soon as we're done with that, which I don't think it'll take more than a week or two to get that busted out. And we'll get back going on the 17A car. And we're going to that might take a day or two to do that one because I want to do a full restoration on that one. So that we're going to nut and bolt that one all the way down to the shine, everything on that one. And we still need to get the Noble Camaro into the Kossuth County Speedway Museum and tractor and
Kossuth County Racing Ag and Performance Museum.
That's what I was trying to pull out.
In Algona, Iowa.
Yep.
Good people there.
Very
keeping
good.
Racing history alive.
Yep.
Marty Pringle's group from the Hall of Fame are building on.
We missed the groundbreaking there. I seen that on Facebook. I really wanted to go to that, but looks like it went off without a hitch.
Yeah, looks like it was pretty successful.
All of them had some shovels. They were digging it.
Yeah. Got the trees taken down.
So that's on its way. It's gonna be a very big, nice facility.
And we highly recommend for you all over the United States, Australia, it's worth the trip to go to Algona, Iowa, to the Kossuth County Ag and Performance Museum. Ton of history there. A ton of history.
The thing that's neat about it is there's something for everybody. I mean, there's race cars there, but there's something for kids because there's toy tractors to look at, and for the wives to look at. It's just for everybody. It's really informative. It's really cool.
Sweet. Awesome. What else you got, Wizard?
I think that's about it I got.
Well, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Charlie's Auto Repair in Mason City, Iowa, with 2 locations. Hankins Trucking LLC, just the most amazing trucking company in the world.
That's right.
2 locations of Dairy Queen in Marshalltown, Iowa. Very awesome.
Blizzard sounds good right now.
It does. A blizzard. I like it when they turn the cup upside down. You know, I always hope that it falls out of there.
Does that mean you get it for free?
And I just, yeah.
They just scoop it back up and give
I
it.
just take
Here,
a-
it's free
Like
now.
a sand shovel and just put it back in there. Here, sir. It's free.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please
Schroeder
drive through.
Racing Products in Iowa Falls. See Dean and Nancy for all your racing product needs.
A lot of people couldn't keep their cars on the track without those fine people.
Nancy's forgotten more than most people ever know about
Exactly.
racing, race cars, and parts.
Yep.
She is an amazing individual.
Yep.
And I don't know what we'd do without Schroeder Racing Products in Iowa Falls, Iowa. See them for
Exactly.
all your racing products needs. Let's give a shout out to Jets Pizza
Exactly.
in Tennessee with 5 locations. So if you're around the Tennessee area, be sure to look up Jets Pizza. They sponsor the Bubba's About Broke podcast, our dear friends and brothers, Melvin and Jackson.
You could go to
McLaren.
a different location every day and get a pizza.
Get a pizza. You bet you
Get
could.
a different kind of pizza.
Well, I only like pepperoni. So
Well, you're boring.
that
so.
wouldn't work for me. But anyway, you could go see Melvin at the Bubba's About Broke podcast, and he'd say, "Fire that mother up!"
That's right.
Vroom, vroom.
Don't forget about Jackson.
Jackson. Yeah, I had them make a video playing the Johnny Cash song. We got married in a fever. You know, I'm going to Jackson.
Who sings that?
Mr. Johnny Cash.
Well, let's keep it that way.
I get it. You asked me who's singing it, so I wouldn't sing anymore. That's what... All right. Well, anyway,
Awkward.
that's okay. Let's give a shout out to Mr. Dave Rogers at Chicken Bone Alley podcast. They do an amazing job, very entertaining. Just some of our really good friends. While we're giving shout outs, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Scott Tripp, owner of the Lakeview Speedway in Nichols, South Carolina.
Beautiful facility.
He's a very, very, very kind and generous man. Runs a super racetrack, and he's allowing us to host our North versus South racing reunion. He's just been very accommodating, very understanding. Just hear a lot of good things about what Scott does for the community through the racetrack and stuff like that.
He's had a tough year.
Yeah, with
A lot of rain.
Mother Nature has not been Lakeview Speedway's friend.
Didn't you say he's had to cancel 8 races this year?
Certain year, yes. I think he should do swamp boat racing or something like that.
Jet skis.
Yes. Swimming competition.
Mud bogs.
Rowing. Yes. So.
Mud wrestling.
You could.
Midget wrestling.
So
That'd
if
be
Scott
cool.
starts having this stuff, he'll know who to thank.
Hey,
The Holt brothers.
we're here to help.
Oh, we try. Yes. Want to thank Mr. Chris Norris. He's our veterans liaison in the South Carolina area, and he does so much for veterans. And just had a great conversation with him this morning. And he networks with us, and just a lot of great people that we are meeting and talking to along the way. And we couldn't do this without the grace of God in our life and all the cool things he's done for us. And we ask that you keep honoring racing history and keep the racing memories alive. Honor your servicemen and women. Always thank a service member when you see them for dedicating their life to our freedoms. Don't forget about organ donation awareness. We hope that you're an organ donor on your license. There's a lot of people out there whose lives could be saved. So,
Well, I got something new to throw at you.
what do you got, Chief?
Can we throw out there that
We got a lot of pop.
yeah, and I can't drink pop
That's an
anymore.
inside joke.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
any of the groups, vintage groups that are watching us that want us to highlight them, to get a hold of us so we can give a shout out to them.
Here's what we're about. We're about keeping racing history alive and growing the sport of nostalgia racing. Not just Nostalgia Dirt Series. You Ayers guys, Eastern Iowa Vintage, Rumble in the Valley, Midwest
Bell
Vintage
and Bell.
Racing, Bell and Bell. Philip Philwood is another. I'm glad you said that. I can't thank Philip Philwood from the Bell and Bell Vintage Racing Club enough for his kindness and his generosity and his attitude and his helpfulness. I'm glad you brought that up. So yeah, we're going to do this newscast Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we might as well talk about what you have going on in the United States or Australia, Canada, whatever you have going on for the world of vintage racing.
You ever watch those bangers?
They run into each other?
Yeah, they run. It looks like an enduro, but they just mow into each other. It's
like a figure eight type race?
No, they're going in a circle, but it's horrifying.
Wow.
They don't have roll cages, and they just beast into each
Kind of
other.
like we do out in the backyard sometimes.
Yeah.
We got some old beaters. That's
Yeah.
fun.
It looks scary, but
We'll
they're
have to
having
load
a
up
good
the
time.
old Escape and run on down there. And,
Yeah.
And about 8 quarts of oil, and
Yep.
be great.
Yeah, they call them bangers. You have to look that up.
I'll have to do that. All right. Well, that's all I have for the Friday's edition of the Nostalgia News.
Everybody have a good weekend, and who's ever racing, good luck.
Good luck. Be safe. We love you. This is Mr. Nostalgia, and
The Wizard.
we love you.
Bye.